Have you ever felt that little knot in your stomach right before you speak, all because of your accent? It's a feeling that, connects millions of us. But what if the way we've been taught to think about our accents is completely backward? Today, that's exactly what we're going to dig into.
You know that moment, that split-second pause right before you jump into a conversation? That little voice in your head wondering, will they understand me? Or even worse, are they going to judge me for how I sound? Yeah, it's a feeling a lot of us know way too well.
Well, there's actually a name for this. It's called accent anxiety. Linguist Dr. Ana Silva, she defines it as that worry that your accent is going to cause some kind of confusion or judgment. And let me tell you, it is incredibly common, and it's all rooted in this myth that there's only one correct way to speak. So today, we're going to tear that myth apart.
So, let's completely reframe this. Let's try looking at our accents not as some kind of problem we need to fix, but as something else entirely. Something pretty powerful.
Dr. Silva offers this really powerful way to think about it. She says our accents aren't mistakes. They're badges of identity. I mean, think about it. They tell the story of our heritage, our background, and our own unique journey with language. And that brings us to the main idea here. Think of your accent as your linguistic passport. It's literally proof of where you've been and the worlds you've moved through. It's yours and yours alone, and it's valid everywhere you go.
So what does this mean? It means our goal shouldn't be accent reduction. That's like trying to erase your passport. No way. The real goal here is accent confidence. And this is a two-way street, right? It's about being a clear, effective speaker, sure, but it's just as much about being a flexible, understanding listener.
Okay, so how do we take this new mindset and actually put it into action? As speakers, how can we build that confidence by focusing on being clear? Well, Dr. Silva gives us a simple but really powerful checklist.
And you know what? It's surprisingly simple. Just forget trying to master like 44 different sounds or memorizing a bunch of complicated rules. It really just boils down to two things: mastering the pause and focusing on a couple of key troublemaker sounds. Let's break those down.
First up, the pause. This one's a game changer. When we speak in just one long, continuous stream of words, we can create what Dr. Silva calls a cognitive traffic jam for the person listening. But by adding these little pauses between our ideas, you give their brain a second to catch up and process. It instantly makes you sound clearer and, honestly, more confident. Second, the troublemakers. You do not need to perfect every single sound in English. Seriously. Instead, Dr. Silva says that just focusing on two specific sound pairs, the ones that cause the most confusion around the world, can make a massive difference in how well people understand you. So what are they? First, we have that notoriously tricky th sound. And Dr. Silva's advice here is so liberating. Just focus on clarity, not perfection. A clear thank you is way better than a mumbled thank you. The second one is the V versus W distinction. This is a sound difference that just doesn't exist in many languages, and it often leads to some mix-ups. I mean, this tiny difference can create some real confusion. Just think about the words vine and wine. Asking for a glass of vine at a restaurant might get you a pretty strange look. So a little bit of practice telling those two sounds apart goes a really long way for your listener. But remember, communication is not a solo performance. It's a team sport. So let's flip the coin. What's our responsibility when we're the listener and we're trying to understand an accent that might be new to us?
The very first step is all in your head. Don't panic if you don't understand something right away. Instead of getting stuck on what you're missing, just lean in. Listen for the keywords, the context, the rhythm. And please remember, it is perfectly okay to ask someone to clarify. The real key, though, is how you ask.
See, the whole thing is to avoid blame. Saying, I can't understand you, kind of puts all the pressure on the speaker. But if you try framing it collaboratively, like, I want to make sure I'm following you correctly, it's completely different. It shows you're a team, working together to connect. It just changes the entire dynamic of the conversation. All right, so we've reframed our mindset. We've learned some really practical tools for both speaking and listening. Now, how do we actually put this stuff into practice without it feeling like a huge chore? Dr. Silva offers a really simple two-part challenge that you can start this week to begin building your accent confidence.
Okay, here it is. As a listener, find a podcast or a video with an accent that you find a little difficult and just listen for 5 minutes. That's it. No pressure, just train your ear. And then, as a speaker, just focus on taming your pace.
In your very next conversation, consciously use the power of the pause. Just try it once. See how it feels?
Because at the end of the day, that's what this is all about. Your voice, with all its unique sounds and rhythms, that's your passport. It carries your story. So the real question isn't how you can change it, but how confidently will you use it to speak your world.